So this morning I'm going to go and have a look at a I think it's called a VTR 1000. It's a Yamaha VTR 1000. Second hand, it's an old bike, I think it's 2007 or 2008. But it's got reasonable mileage, I think around 40-50k. But it's cheap, it's five grand. It's got some damage, the tank has been bashed in, it's obviously been dropped. But at that price, you know, tank costs you $250, maybe a bit more. So if you want to spend a little bit of money, you can have a nice good bike. And so I'm kind of just going to go and see if it is a worthy upgrade to the 650 Ninja. Yesterday I went and I drove a Ninja 1000 SX. Really liked it. It was very comfortable. Not like a super sport. Definitely one that I could do some riding with. In fact, it's got places to put bags on for touring. So a nice big performance kick over the Ninja 650. Not that I need it, but you know. Anyway, so this is going to be a similar bike, a VTR 1000. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the difference is, and certainly if this bike feels as fun and interesting to ride. I don't need all of the gadgets, you know. It would be nice for it to have ABS, probably won't have. It doesn't have all the stability control. But for 5 grand, you know, that's like nothing in comparison to 13, 14 for the other one. Admittedly, the other one is a 2016, 2015, so it's pretty new in comparison. But still, hey, you know what? I've got my full license. I'm playing around with different bikes to see what I want to have next, what the upgrade to Ninja is. If anything, you know, if nothing strikes my interest, I'll just keep Ninja. He's been a really good bike, actually. Really good. Thoroughly enjoyed him. I won't be long. I just want to make sure it's drivable, you know. I just want to make sure it's drivable in the city. That's all. I won't take it on the highway. I'll take it just around. Okay. Yep, okay. Should be fine. Thanks. Alright, this is going to be exciting. Oh my word, brakes are noisy as hell. A very nice exhaust, jeepers. Okay, so this is definitely arms down. Okay, so this is more like what I was expecting the leader bike to be yesterday. It's pretty torquey, pretty hectic underneath the wrist, got a loud as hell exhaust. So this is going to be fun. It's a carburetor, which is not great. Oh, it's very nice around corners, very nice. The fact that he had to sit there and play with the idle a little bit is a bit of a worry. Okay, so it's got 58,000 Ks on it. It's set up like a... I mean, it's not as bad as like some of them I've set on, but I would say it's a little bit more... The ergonomics are a little bit more aggressive than the Ninja 1000. So this is more traditional. But hang, this is going to be this is a little rocket ship. This thing is going to be a lot of fun. Have to spend a bit of money fixing it up. The brakes are a bit poked. So is there a... Yeah, so what can I say? You'll get used to it real quick. I mean, it's in pretty bad condition. It's got nicks and scrapes and cuts and breaks all over it. So it's the type of bike where I think you'd have to buy a new fairing kit. It's probably $1,000. You know, get it completely checked out. I think it's a hell of a lot of fun. I'm wondering if it's... It's a different... I guess this is what the 1000 would feel like if you stuck a loud exhaust on it. I mean, it's pretty noisy, eh? So the question is, do I want to go back or do I want to take it for a little bit more of a spin? I think I'll take it for a little bit more. It's got a lovely rumble, man, tell you what. I think he's here on the corner here. Yeah, so I'll do the block one more time. I'll do exactly that again. He doesn't want me to speed, so jeepers, this thing goes up to 280 and I'm sitting down at 50. It's quite an aggressive accelerometer there. No, not this one. Next one. Okay, we'll go left here. Okay, those brakes are not good. It's a carby. I didn't realize that. That's a pity. I'm not a big fan of carbureted bikes, having had my share of old cruisers. They're difficult to start in the mornings. Is to say, I mean, it's unless I take it onto the highway and open it up, it's got a lot of torque. Yeah, I mean, it's very, I think you could, it's like, yeah, heaps of power. You know, I'm not even taking the RPM up to 4,000 and I'm feeling it at 3,000, so that's quite impressive. It's definitely worth thinking about. For that price, it's so cheap. It's the same price as my Ninja. It's in a shitty condition, but for a litre bike, and it's got nice popping sounds as well, which is cool. Alright, so unfortunately I don't know too much about the bike. I haven't really looked at the specs. I'll need to go and read up and research on it when I get back. I want to have a really good look at it here. I'm just going to stop and jump out and have a proper look. We'll do that here. I'm sure no one will mind. The squeaky brakes. Okay, so you could always worry that if someone's bike is not in good condition, how much love have they given it? Okay, where is this thing? Man, that's hard to find. Jeepers. This is as bad as Simon's one. You really got to dig your foot in there and find it. Yeah. Okay. Alright. And I am going to actually put it in first because I do not want it to roll forward. Okay, so I'll just let it. There you go. Okay. There's. Okay, now I can have a proper look. So, Yamaha VTR 1000 Firestorm. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the damage. How much money you'd have to spend. So it's been dropped clearly, look at that. It must have been unpleasant. So it's cracked over here, scratched over here. So you got to replace the fender. I mean, you could spend some time bogging that up and sanding it and spraying it, or you could just buy replacement fender. The thing that worries me, I don't mind about that. They can be polished out if even necessary. I think the thing that I'm worried about the most is the stator cover. It's got bogged or something. I mean, that's a cheap redo. Yeah, not a big fan. But for $5,000, let's take it back to the owner. Tell him we'll think about it. We'll do some more research. I'll come back to him. If we like it, we'll take it. If we don't, we'll keep looking. But I'm glad I've taken it for a spin. It's okay. Got heaps of grunt. Certainly next level, that's for sure. This is the type of bike that makes you really realize how different bikes are to cars. You know, they're just so more so more responsive. A car is just like a joke, really, unless you're riding a Porsche or a Ferrari. You know. It's hard to find, eh? There we go.
How was it, bro?
It's good. It's good. I didn't take it.
Squeezing, but they're brand new, both of them. I don't know what.
It's not too far, eh? It's not too far. It's okay. Okay. It's good. It's got lots of power. It's got lots of power. Okay, so that was interesting. I'll talk about the bike once I'm going. I do love motorbikes. I'll ride anything, man, as long as it's got two wheels and a throttle. Which is the sad truth of this obsession, that you'll just ride anything. Okay, let's get out of here. So, Nick has had that bike for only 4 months. It was deregged, so what he has done is he's re-registered it. Cost him $1,000, warranted it. So it's got a new reg and a new warrant. It's got new brakes. The brakes says are squeaky, but they're new, so they would have to be checked out. What an interesting bike. I do love bikes. So he'll give it to me for $4,000, right? He's asking $5,000, he'll take $4,000, which is really peanuts for a liter bike. I'll need to spend at least $1,000 fixing it up. I think, possibly more. I'd have to have all those fenders fixed up. I do love the throaty roar. Probably wouldn't change that. Probably would keep that just as it is. The only risk is for $4,000, you know, the engine's poked, and so it would just blow up. But still, Lots of fun. Leader bikes, man. So that one is definitely more uncomfortable than the Ninja 1000 SX that I rode yesterday. You know, it's closer to the 600 RR. It's not as top down as the RR because it's a touring bike, but it's definitely not quite as comfortable as the Kawasaki. Having said that, I don't think it's an uncomfortable bike, and I don't think it's not as comfortable as the Ninja, where I felt that the SX was more comfortable, if not the same or more comfortable. So yeah, let's go home, play the numbers, do some more research on the bike, and decide whether I want to throw some risk at it, you know. Such fun. Okay, so on my way home, a little bit of time to reflect. Of course, the other option that I'm looking at is something like an Indian Scout to replace the Vulcan. That would require selling both bikes. Where the one that I've just taken out would be a direct swap for Ninja. I'd sell Ninja and buy that and probably make some money. Enough money on the deal to upgrade that bike and fix it up. But I was really keen on trying the Indian Scouts and stuff, so I'm going to give that a go. I have to take one and see if it stirs the heart, that deep throb of that V-twin. If it stirs the heart like Valky does for me, then it'll be obvious what to do. So I'm not going to make a move on any of the bikes, not until I've taken the Indian for a ride. So even that one that I took out yesterday, where I told them I was keen on the bike, it's too expensive for me to not have to sell something. Yeah, I don't owe anything to anybody, and I like it that way. I don't like to owe anything to anybody, and I could buy a couple more bikes if I wanted to, but you know, I don't want to overdo my investment in motorcycles. So I need to think carefully about what's next. Anyway, I'm going to have a lot of fun. The next couple of weeks, I'm going to ride as many different bikes as I can and really get a feel for what the next bike is. Top contenders right now, the Indian Scout 2020 Bobber, maybe even a Harley Sportster, or any of the Harleys. So I will try them too. That's on the cruiser front. On the sport bike front, it's hard. Ninja ticks all the boxes for me. I don't need that extra power. I really don't. The only reason I'm thinking about it is because, you know, although this is a non-LAMS bike, it's seen as a LAMS bike. So there's a bit of ego involved in what I want to do with it. Yeah, so I mean the 1000 SX is very nice. Maybe even I go retro. Nah, yeah, I got to stay with the sport, but definitely not a super sport. So that bike that I've just taken would be to fix up and resell. And if he's been sitting on it for weeks, so he's probably longer than January. He's probably been sitting on it for 6 weeks, and he's put it at 5, dropped it to 4. The guys at the garage have dropped their 19,000 SX down to 13,900, so that's a 6,000k discount right there. So yeah, I think it's a buyer's market for motorcycles at the moment. Don't know why. It means I've got lots of options. Take my time and enjoy them. Such fun.